Welcome to the big show. It's the Retire Young radio show. If you're a first-time listener, thanks for stopping by. I am your host, Joshua David, and we are happy to have you with us today. As always, on a great day, a great Saturday morning, I have my great friend drinking lots of coffee. He has 2 cups here today, Mr. Al Connickson. Al, how the heck are you doing today?
It's not that I need 2 cups to keep me awake today. What actually has water in it, Josh?
There you go. I won't even ask what's in the other one. But it is always great to be back, helping our Retire Young family make better investing decisions. Al, we had another great week. This is actually the 4th week in a row where the markets have been down, and it's been another phenomenal opportunity in these markets. The S&P was down 0.6%. The Dow was down 1.7%, but the NASDAQ was actually up for the week. Yeah. So there's some uncertainty in these financial markets. We have an election coming up, so there's going to be more uncertainty. The dollar was actually up for the week, which is typically inverse to the stock market. So let's talk about that today. Yeah. Let's bring in some financial literacy to our listeners to understand how these financial markets work. I want to talk about the correlations between these markets, why the futures market is, an opportunity, the Forex market, especially with the stock market. So let's talk about that. What is going on? Why is there so much uncertainty? But how can we participate with these volatile times?
Yeah, well, you mentioned the word uncertainty, and that's what the market does not like, uncertainty. We had some worrisome economic data come out this last week, and the resurgence of the COVID cases. Talk about a possible contested election coming up. All of those things just added fuel to this volatility. And, the Dow and the S&P were down for the 4th week in a row. The NASDAQ did come back. The NASDAQ was up a little over 1% for the week. And what saved it, really, what rode to or I guess what was the savior of the NASDAQ was the tech stocks. Tech stocks came roaring back. And for a while there, people had kind of rotated out of them. Even actually, there was some good breadth in the market. In other words, it was spread out. It wasn't just the technology stocks. The cruise lines, actually, Carnival Cruise Lines was up almost 10%. Norwegian Cruise Lines up 13, almost 14%. And
that's interesting.
Well, and they were talking about bankruptcy not that long ago. And I'm pretty sure people are just lining up on the docks waiting to get on these ships. So it really emphasizes the fact that the market is a forward-looking vehicle. It just anticipates what's going to happen. But we've seen over the last 4 weeks, we've had these huge ups and down moves, sometimes on an intraday basis. And I think the point that is really important here is if you knew strategies for up markets and you knew strategies for down markets, would you really care which direction the market's going? Would you fear a down market or look at it as just participating in a different direction? And that's what people should do.
Yeah, that's interesting because most people just have that buy and hope or hold strategy. So you have to have that strategy for every market condition there.
Yeah. And I think what people did, and they looked at what happened to these markets, and that's in the past. What's happened has happened. You can't do anything about that. But the problem begins when people look at what the market has done, and then they try to tie that together with what they read in the news, what they hear the pundits saying, what the newsletters are saying, and they make their decisions based on what they think should happen. We don't have that kind of intelligence. The market's going to do what it's going to do. So we want to trade with what the market is doing, not with what you think it should be doing. And I think maybe we should concentrate on this, Josh, showing people how to buy right and then sit tight. And how you do that is really, I think, a combination of things. It's having a strategy that provides consistency, really kind of forces you to do things on a consistent basis. And then number 2 is eliminate the errors that most of the novice traders commit.
That's right. You have to have that consistency because we're seeing down markets 4 weeks straight. So there's a lot of people that are a little bit worried about that, and they feel a little bit out of control, especially with people that have retirement accounts. They feel like they don't have control of what's happening. They're seeing them go down. Well, there's opportunities and there's strategies for up and down markets, and that's what the smart money is using. Every time we talk about the smart money, that's the banks and the institutions. They have different tools and techniques that they're utilizing. Well, the great thing is these tools, these techniques, these opportunities are also available to us. When we talk about the smart money creating income, they're utilizing multiple assets. They're using the stock market. They're also using leveraged asset classes, and they also have many hours a day they can utilize those. They're 24-hour markets. So let's talk about that. Let's talk about these other asset classes, how the smart money is creating income. This is Josh and Al. We'll be right back.